It is Minneapolis. We're watching it. Dante's Boxing Nation. Keep watching. Bye.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna tell you right now, you guys are gonna be hearing a lot about this fighter right here. This man just got a third round knockout over Daniel Sandoval tonight. He came into this fight 14-0 with 10 knockouts. 6 of those 10 knockouts came in the first round. This knockout ended in the third round. He was last year's DBN 2015 Prospect of the Year, and that is Erickson Lubin. This is a very, very talented fighter. You know, there's only a handful of fighters out there that are extremely special when it comes to the game of boxing. There are only a couple fighters out there that at least seem to be the complete package. Now, when it comes to an early scout report, I can tell you right now, the fact that the Hammer, that's his nickname, the fact that the Hammer, he went in there while he was 14-0, he's going up against a very experienced professional fighter who has 38 wins and 34 knockouts with 4 defeats. Now, the reason why that is so important to mention is because, by way of contrast, there are a lot of undefeated fighters that you guys know today. A lot of fighters that you see on HBO and other networks, when they were in this stage of their professional careers, they were fighting guys with like 5 wins and 20 defeats, etc., etc., etc. Well, that's not the case with the Hammer. Lubin is a junior middleweight. He's an undefeated southpaw. He can fight on his front foot. He can fight on his back foot. Has a very good jab. He's 5'11", decent reach. He throws hellacious body shots. He can fight on the inside and he can fight on the outside. And he keeps his composure while doing all of this. Composure and being relaxed in the ring is one of the best assets a boxer can have. When it comes to Floyd Mayweather, him being so relaxed in the ring under any condition played a major factor in him being able to dominate the game for 15 to 20 years. Of course, that and his intelligence in the ring, his boxing IQ, of course. When it comes to Erickson Lubin, I was really, really impressed. Not just the fact that he knocked this guy out, but how he did it. You know, it's interesting because I just talked about in my Rashid Warren post-fight video, congrats to him again. You know, he won a belt and he had a good performance. But I felt Rashid Warren, if he would have been as relaxed and as precise as Eric Lubin was in his knockout win, I believe Rashid Warren would have got a knockout in that 11th round when he actually hurt Payano. Let's go ahead and talk about this sequence that occurred in the last round when it comes to Lubin, or at least the last round of the fight, which was the third round that the fight ended in. So basically, Lubin, he hurts Sandoval with a real nice lead right hook. Sandoval, he clinches. Lubin, he realizes he hurt him, so then he jumps on him. But he doesn't just jump on him in a reckless way where he leaves himself open like Fanfara did when he got knocked out tonight by Joe Smith. That's not what Lubin did. What Lubin did is he economically attacked Sandoval. He was mixing power shots with jabs. And while Lubin was setting up Sandoval with jabs and hooks and every punch you could think of, Lubin was slipping punches in the process of finishing Daniel Sandoval, which shows a perfect demonstration of transitioning from offense to defense and being able to do it very smoothly. A lot of fighters cannot make that transition, or at least they can't do it as smooth as Lubin did tonight. Once again, by way of contrast to Rashid Warren, I feel because Lubin was more patient, he was more precise and accurate with his punches when he had Sandoval against the ropes. A lot of fighters in that situation, they get anxious, they just start throwing punches to hoping that something lands, like, oh man, I got this dude hurt, let me hurry up and get him out before he recovers, and they just throw punches without really placing the shots. Lubin was able to place every single shot without losing his cool. I can tell you right now, the majority of fighters that had Sandoval hurt the way Lubin had him hurt, they would have let Sandoval off the hook. Not intentionally, but because they would have ended up rushing and they would have gave him an opportunity to recover. Lubin, he didn't smother himself, he kept a good distance and he kept his cool. He was very graceful in finishing off his opponent. And this is why Erickson Lubin is going to be a serious damn problem in the 154-pound division. That division, man, is heating up real fast, ain't it? I mean, and the cool thing is Al Haymon, he has the majority of the 154-pounders. So we're going to see a lot of good fights in that division that's going to include the Hammer, Erickson Lubin. These PBC cards, they just keep getting better and better. The entire card is always stacked with competition. Like I said in my last post video, the fight card opened up with a title bout where you had Rashid Warren trying to avenge a loss against an undefeated fighter that he had just previously lost to in his last fight. So that's how this card opens up, with a title match, a competitive title match. Second fight is Eric Lubin versus Daniel Sandoval, and in the main event, we get a vicious knockout, Joe Smith versus Andre Fanfara. And then we had even a bonus fight, which was it Hugo Centineo? You know, Centero, something like that. I forget the guy's name, but I know it was a battle of the undefeateds. Once again, this is how PBC cards go down. You see a lot of undefeated fighters going against each other on PBC cards. In this fight, it was Hugo Centeno Jr. versus Magis Seletsky. Both undefeated. Hugo was 24-0 with 12 knockouts, and Seletsky was 22-0 with 7 knockouts. And he knocked out Centero in the very last round. So basically, you had a very stacked fight card, and you had 3 knockouts out of the 4 fights. And all of the knockouts were impressive knockouts. So once again, congratulations to Erickson Lubin. Congratulations to Al Haymon in the PBC series. You guys are going to be hearing a lot more about the Hammer, Erickson Lubin. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.